Dan untuk membincangkan pembukaan KidZania dan tarikannya, kita bersama Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Team Attractions and Resorts, Tunku Dato' Ahmad Burhanuddin. Hello Tunku. Well, you must be really busy with the opening of KidZania. And speaking of KidZania, which I actually had, while I did not have the chance to actually visit it yet, but I actually did manage to see it when it was about 60% done up last year, and even then it looks pretty amazing. So what was the planning process like, in looking to your partners, what appeals most to Malaysian children, and also the design and architectural part to it?
Well, KidZania is a franchise. It comes from Mexico, and there is a template. So every KidZania that opens has followed a template in terms of the design and also in terms of the immersive experience that the kids will have. So, but what makes every KidZania unique would be the brands that exist in Malaysia. So we have local brands like CIMB and Media Prima and stuff like that will be in with the NST is also in with us. Yeah? Astro is in with AMP, with the radio is with us as well. So these are the kind of things that will make it local to Malaysia. So the Malaysians will feel it being there. But there's also international brands that are there, like Dell, the computer. We have Hoya Lens and there as well. Honda is there. So the international brands are there too. Yeah?
So what you mean is actually all the establishments and whatnot is actually very personalized. What we can find in KidZania Kuala Lumpur might be different from what we might find in probably India. Or
yes. It will be definitely different. It also represents the cityscape that you see in Kuala Lumpur itself, but done in KidZania, meaning in a smaller scale for children.
And you have about like 90 different establishments, you know.
We have 60 different establishments with 90 different role plays. So some establishments will have both, either somebody is doing something or somebody is selling something, for instance. Yeah. So for instance, if we have a supermarket, there will be people, children that will be buying things, but there will also be the checkout counter stuff. So there will be two establishments or two role plays that they can do there.
So are you looking into adding more establishments in the future, probably?
We are looking. We have enough establishments at the moment. Like any city, there's still some space to grow, and we are looking for new partners in certain areas to be partners in KidZania. But there are establishments that are open anyway that are looking also for new partners. So in that.
And with the official opening today, what are the establishments that appeals most to kids?
Actually, last week we had a soft launch, and we had kids coming. We did it on a CSR basis. We invited kids to come over to test out the park. It was a really interesting thing. And so, out of the 60 establishments, we had 50 establishments that we had open last week. The children, interesting enough, we would expect most of them to go to the, the plane and things like that. But it was actually the courier service that was. Kids just love to be empowered. It's the more simpler it is, and the faster that they earn, apparently, and that's where they go to. So here, children are actually given parcels, and they send to another establishment or pick another and come around. But it's also great because they learn about the layout of the park as well.
And I believe that most of the children who are actually there, they actually are there with their parents as well. So how does KidZania makes it not only entertaining for the kids, but also for the parents to participate?
I think for the parents, to see their child wearing a uniform and fighting fire, or wearing a uniform and flying a plane, or doing all the things that they're doing, even the cooking school. For instance, they are able to cook, they learn how to cook a burger, they learn how to bake sandwiches, for instance. This kind of thing makes parents really, it's enjoyable to see your child do something that in that way.
And also,
and we even have a theatre, so the child actually are taught quickly enough how to act, and the child goes up and on stage and act, and the parents can actually watch.
And also one thing very interesting is that in KidZania, kids could actually, they're actually using, they have your own monetary, form in terms of the money that they're actually using. They earn money and, can you have a look? Okay, it's very interesting. Probably you can just elaborate more on, on this.
a child comes in, he or she will get a banker's check, and they will go into KidZania, and the first thing that they do, they'll go to CIMB Bank to cash the check. So firstly, kids never get check. Kids don't go into a bank, and so here they go to the bank, they cash a check, then they get the KidZos. Immediately they're empowered, they have money. So most of the kids want to spend. When they go and try spend, sometimes they can, but once they want to go buy something, they realize that what they have may not be actually enough. So then they have to go and earn some more. So they do work in KidZania where they earn, and so they might see a particular toy, for instance, a particular item that they want, and they say, okay, that's 500 KidZos or 200 KidZos. So I need to work. So they plan, and over the next 1 hour I want to work, and then after that I want to spend, I want to buy that thing.
Okay, Tengku, that's very interesting, and I'm sure you have a lot to share with us. But hold your horses, we'll be back after the break, dan Bisnes Ani berhenti rehat seketika, dan kita akan kembali nanti untuk teruskan perbincangan mengenai KidZania. Jangan ke mana-mana. Bertemu kembali dan kita masih lagi bersama dengan Tunku Dato' Ahmad Burhanuddin membincangkan tentang pembukaan tarikan terbaru di Kuala Lumpur, iaitu KidZania. And Tunku, we're back on air, and we see that this new concept of KidZania actually brings a new concept of educational and role playing, and besides instilling a lot of positive value, especially if the kids family who brings the children there, it actually instills family values, but at the same time it also helps the children in terms of social skills, because when you're there, you will actually social with the other kids as well. And how is that important in terms of the growing up process of a kid?
I think it's very important, the discipline that one child has in terms of lining up, for instance, for another attraction that they will learn there. Things like teamwork, for instance, and they together doing things like CSI. They go out together to solve a case, for instance. Things like perseverance when they do building climbing. So they learn how to climb and things like that. Alertness when they are firefighting, for instance. Hygiene, we teach them hygiene, especially in food preparation, in the hospital. We have a little hospital there where they actually look after children, little babies, and they actually, there's a little surgery, there's even an endoscopy place. Confidence, they're in a TV studio doing exactly what we're doing. I mentioned earlier where we teach them how to act on stage, for instance. Safety, there's a BHP petrol there, so how to pump petrol and what safety measures that they need to go to. Motor skills, we even have jewelry making, window washing, for instance, they have to climb. Creativity in terms of the painting schools. We even have a driving school that's sponsored by Honda, and they learn how to drive, and they actually have to take a test before they can actually go and drive the car in there. So it's all about this kind of things that we teach. We even have a university. So if you go to the university, once you graduated from the university, what you earn is actually more than if you had not gone to university. So we teach all these skills. And
I think, how does this partnership work between you and your partners? Is it on a the contract for about 2 or 3 years, and can we expect to see in a 2 or 3 years to come there will be more trading partners coming in? The contracts that we have are normally 3 or 5 years, and depending on the kind of agreements that we worked on. And as we go along, we have new partners coming in. It could be for 3, it could be for 5 years, it doesn't matter. And upon the history of in KidZania itself, the first one that opened 11 years ago, the partners that started there are still partners today. So most of them have the first right of refusal, and they still renew upon the expiry of the contract. And KidZania currently can actually handle about 1,800 kids and parents at one time for one session. And probably, during times, for example, like public holidays and whatnot, it tends to get a little packed. And probably one of the issues which is on the parents' mind is probably safety measures, safety issues. And I heard that in KidZania, you're actually using quite a high technology system to track the kids and whatnot. So maybe you can tell us more about that?
Children come in with parents. Normally, let's say, for instance, a group of 5, 2 parents and 3 kids. They're all tagged. So the parent and the kids are tagged. the parents are tech parents obviously, the children cannot leave the park unless they're with the parents. The parents can leave the park, maybe go to shopping at the nearer shopping centre at the curve, but they have to come back to take the children out. But the children cannot leave unless the parents are with them. So a group of 5 must come as a group of 5, must leave as a group of 5.
So you actually have like a tracking.
And this tracking
system.
device, the bracelet that we have, also tracks the child as he goes from establishment to establishment, so we know roughly where they are, at least the last establishment they are. But it also tracks, like what you asked just now, as to where, which is the more popular one and who actually went. So we roughly know what kind of children have gone to this, what kind of age group and things like that. So.
Okay, Tengku, I guess that's all the time we have today, and I'm guessing that KidZania and the team will be really busy with the upcoming school holidays in the 12th of March and whatnot. Alright. Dan perbincangan itu tadi mengakhiri Bisnes Awani. Saya Serina Manikam, teruskan setia bersama Astro Awani, berita segenap dimensi. Salam hormat.